on today. So okay. I have to take this again because I was live on X, but I wasn't live on on YouTube. But now I'm live on YouTube. So, guys, basically, what I have been saying here is simple. We are gonna look at what is going on with Bitcoin, where Bitcoin is going to be heading towards this week. I mentioned that Bitcoin is going to head to 96K by the end of the end of last week. That was this weekend or last weekend, not this weekend, last weekend. I was looking forward for Bitcoin to go to at least 96K, but I was also looking at 88K, price point that Bitcoin was going to go to. And at one point, we saw Bitcoin went to about 7,500, right? And now I want us to look at where Bitcoin might be heading towards this week. So we're gonna look at SEI, we're gonna look at Mog Coin, Breadcoin, or we're gonna look also at Astar. These are the coins I want us to look at for this week. Of course, there are other coins that we can look at for this week, but generally we are gonna be looking at these coins to be most of like to be the coins that I want to trade this week, these altcoins. So if you're new here, you are welcome. If you say you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome. This is the Betong Crypto, a place where we talk crypto we learn crypto step by step with clarity and honesty. You want to smash the subscribe button early and thumbs up. Let's dive straight away into the source of today. Yeah, I was looking at the fear and greed index before, and saying that we are now at 14, like 16, which is extreme fear. And it says last week we went to greed, which is 71%. I don't believe that. I didn't see any 71. I don't know if this is somehow having a problem. Let me refresh this. Maybe we can see something else. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, look at this. Now, last month we have Extreme Fear 10, last week, Extreme Fear. So, yeah, it makes sense now that we are at this Extreme Fear 16. So, we are in red Extreme Fear zone. Okay, let's dive now straight away into price action for Bitcoin today. Um, let's see where we are currently with liquidity. I think, yeah, total two, not that one. I don't want to see this one. Let's see USDT dominance. Yeah, USDT dominance. Let's look at this on the weekly setup. Okay, okay. So, basically, um, I'm bearish with liquidity. I think we're gonna see USD dominance drop somehow towards this level, yeah, or at least to get to the 13-day EMA around this 5.5% area. So I'm looking at this zone, but if we have to get to this zone, we need to lose this area here. This let me just make it in a way that you can see it properly. Let's see. Yeah, we need to lose this area. We need to lose this area here, this support zone for dominance. And if this is the case, then I think we're gonna go straight down, and this can cause altcoin to do well. There's one altcoin that I think is showing strength, which is Ethereum. Ethereum have been showing strength, and I think Ethereum might be preparing to do something really awesome. We're gonna look at Ethereum today for sure. But let's begin with the bad boy Bitcoin. Let's see where we are this week. Okay, I want to first of all go to this chart. This chart is a little bit. Let me take it from here. Okay, now based on where we are currently this week, I think we should expect this to kiss this moving average. I think at least take us to $91,000 or 90. Let me say $92,000. But if we have to visit the high of last week, I think I have to mark the last week high. It's very important. I see where Bitcoin went last week. So this high here is an important high for last week, and last week low, this low here. Let's mark it because it's important for us to know these areas. Let's see. So I want to mark this one here and take it to the future. So basically, whatever we're gonna be doing here, we want to respect this last week high and last week low. So if I have to go now down to the lower time frame, let's see what price has been doing ever since today. Okay, we have been showing bullish sign signal today. The bias for today is more bullish, and we have hit the 5-day EMA. Right? Okay, so yeah, the 5-day EMA. And I'm expecting us to hit at least the 13-day EMA, or continue to move higher right up to this point. So we are almost around the last week low, right? We're almost around here. You see, we are last week low. We are around this level here. This is the level for the last week low. So we should expect at least to an extent this week take us to the previous week high, which is the year, right? This high around 94,555. Okay. So if we're gonna see any bullish signal for Bitcoin this week, then we should break and close above. Like we wanna see Bitcoin close above this week, close above last week high. And if we see this week close below last week low, then we can expect Bitcoin to continue to mark lower to the downside. Okay. Now going to the 4 hours time frame for Bitcoin. Let's see. There's an entry here that I want you guys to take today. Wait for price to play out properly when price get there, because if price get there, I think we're gonna see like massive reaction around that area. If the price get there. Now, which zone am I talking about? If you look at price currently, what do you see? You see that price have created this fair value gap area here on the 4 hours time frame. You can see clearly here. And now we should expect some sort of retracement back towards at least recover half of this vector here on the 4 hours time frame. But I love to look at it more better on the 1 hour time frame. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, this is the low of this week, and you can see we bounce like really nice from the low, of last week, and we should expect price to an extent get back to this area here, or at least recover half of this, or get around this fair value gap area. Now, based on this, I'm gonna bring in this chart. I already marked the levels like where you can get the trades if say you want to. Yeah, and this is a level around 88. 88. Let me see. It should be around 88,000. 88,000. Yeah, 88,600. Yeah, 88,600. So when you see price around this area, you want to get that buy opportunity there, and your stop loss is just below this low here. But don't just dive straight away into it. You can drop down to the 15 minutes time frame to get the best entry. Like this is where I'm gonna get the entry, and now you can see I can see a vector candle here, and if say I see this vector candle, I want to see also, okay, do we have a fair value gap and another block in this area? Yeah, we have a fair value gap and other block area, another block in this zone. You can see this is the other block here, and from this zone here, we haven't gotten any candle close around this area. So I'm expecting price to do something like this, get to this zone, and that's where I'm gonna buy it. And this is gonna be in correspondent to this low here. You can see clearly this low here is gonna be in correspondent to this area. Yeah. So that's the zone I'm gonna look for that buy opportunity, and my stop loss is gonna be. So mark this. Those of you who want to get these trades, you can look at your altcoins the same way. Maybe they are playing out the same way. For example, if we go now to look at, let's say, Astar, are we gonna have something here for Astar? I think Astar is getting ready to do it like a crazy right to the upside. I think so, because right now, if we look at Astar on the 4 hours time frame, you can see that we have visited this low here, and this low is an important area of interest. You can see all the time we've seen price go into that area, price has rejected or has has bounced heavily from it. That's why I think Astar in general is gonna do well, this week. We can just do something, like we can do something like this, mark this zone here to give us a proper area. You can see this zone is an important area. So we should see Astar bounce from where it is currently. This is the 4 hours time frame. But if you look at this more on the 1 hour time frame, you're gonna see that what price is actually doing here is interesting because you see this rejection here, and this second candle being rejected also. This is a sign that there's a trade here, and if you drop down to the 15 minutes time frame, you're gonna see how price is reacting in this area. So basically, what we want to see happen here is simple. I want to see price reclaim this zone here, this area for Asta. If price do reclaim this area, which I think that's what price is doing, if price do reclaim this area, I can easily take a long position here, and my stop loss will be just closer to this area, with about 2x leverage around here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get this trade before the US market is open. I'm not gonna get it, like, let me not say before the US market is open. I'm gonna get this trade immediately the US market is open. I wanna see how price will react, how Bitcoin will react. Then I'm gonna now look for that buy opportunity yeah for Asta. So I think Asta is looking somehow awesome. It's looking somehow great for today. The other coin I want us to look at here is Mog Coin. Mog Coin generally, I think the sentiment is awesome. If you look at this on the 1 hour time frame, you can see exactly what Bitcoin did. Mog Coin is doing the same thing. Remember, guys, I told you if you want to trade Mog Coin, you can look at Bitcoin, and as you mark the key areas for Bitcoin, also mark the key areas for Mog Coin. When you see price get there, for example, this is the other block area. The other block area for Mog Coin is huge, but look at what price did here. Ever since price left this other block, price have price created this fair value gap here, and we haven't seen price get back there. This was an awesome fair value gap that price created here, and you can see, even though we haven't yet gone to like I would say to an extent make higher highs or get a new high from here, but this area should be an important area of interest to look for that buy opportunity should in case price get here and then we see that rejection there. So this zone should be the if we're gonna see the next move to the upside, at least price should do something like this, come down towards this area, then maybe reject a little bit, then go to the upside. So that's what I'm looking at for Mock Coin, which is somehow I think reasonable for today. And Mockcoin is up already 4% for the day. Right, it's really fantastic to see what is going on with this bad boy. Breadcoin, the same thing. It is doing well today. If you look at coin price action, like, guys, let me tell you something that I think you should understand. Right, when Bitcoin is dumping actually in value, right? Like when you chat Bitcoin and you realize that okay, Bitcoin is about to drop in value, then don't get involved with any altcoins. Focus more on either trading Bitcoin, then wait for the altcoins to regain structure before you start looking for that buy opportunity. Like with Bitcoin, the price action is choppy on the 1 hour time frame, but at least there's a structure here, and I think it is respecting to an extent. You can see ever since we left this zone, all right, we have been moving around this area. You can see clearly. So we can argue that this is a zone to buy Bitcoin, and seeing if the price is gonna break and close below here, right? Then we should expect price to get back there before we can, exit or like get out from the coin completely. But my rule is simple, right? I'm gonna be looking for trading opportunity. If when price gonna break above it, then close, then retest back this 50-day EMA. So if price break the 50-day EMA like this, break it and close above, then I'm waiting for that pullback there um to take it back to the upside. All right. So that's what I am looking at, not only for Breadcoin, but this is gonna be the same thing for any other coin out there that you are trading, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go to Bitcoin again to see where we have some liquidity, but end this with CSPR Casper. Okay, Casper um is doing this like it does this always when Bitcoin is bullish. You're gonna see liquidity leaves Casper, and I think it's leaving Casper to Bitcoin, right? But now I want you guys to understand what will happen after we see this recovery here. All right. So basically, the reason why I keep looking at Casper is simple. I think there's gonna be a trade here. If I look at this on the 4 hours time frame, because of this like I would say insufficient liquidity that is causing this spike here, I think there's a trade here. Like if I'm gonna buy CSP or Casper, this is what I wanna buy. This is what I wanna see. I mean, today, I want to see an engulfing candle at least, close above. Then the next candle, I'm gonna buy half of the move, then target the 50-day EMA, So that's my play for CSP Io Casper. And if I target that EMA, then let's say by chance or by any chance price break above, I'm gonna wait for pullback and see how price is gonna react to the 50-day EMA. And if price react positively on when it gets to the 50-day EMA, then I'm gonna start looking for that buy now and target the previous high. Yeah, this high, this zone. You know, this whole zone. So that's what I'm looking at for CSP Casper. Now let's talk about liquidity, okay? Because liquidity moves the market, all right? Let's see where we are for this week for CoinAnk. Okay, guys. This week is looking crazy. Let me refresh this page. Maybe I'm not seeing what I'm seeing here properly. Wow. This week is showing us that we can easily go to about 96. You can see we have more liquidity above price. We can see that we have a lot of liquidity above price for the weekly setup. You can see clearly, you know, and below price, right down to around $84,000, we have less liquidity. So that's why I think again this week should be bullish. That's why you see my title says crypto is back. Right? I'm looking at this now to mean okay, we have more liquidity above price, right up to like it's about right up to 1.45 billion, right? Meanwhile, below here, we have liquidity just around, let's say, 100 million. If you have to sum up everything, if you have to see, like you can see right up to 100 million, but we can still spike towards this area here at 200 and something million, you know, and here you can see we have it right up to 900 or 800 million. So, guys, there's still a lot to uncover here, of course. But let's just look at this to mean um we now can predict where the market might be heading towards this week. Shut down Siri. Now, if you look at the weekly set, the liquidity heat map for the next 3 days, you can see clearly. We still have some liquidity here around $86,000, all right? But I'm not sure they're gonna go grab it. If they're gonna go grab this liquidity, it can happen real quick, all right, real quick. But now, if you look at this on the weekly setup or the liquidity for the week, this is not like for the like this is liquidity that has built for the past week. Like the last week is what we are looking at now. Okay, I just have to make this clear. But you can see that we have lots of liquidity here around $87,000, or let's say 86,500. So we can easily go to sweep this liquidity before we climb back towards this $96,000. Okay, that's why I still think, guys, we can go down here today, but I'm gonna be monitoring to see how prices gonna react to these key areas, right? That I've marked on the chart. I'm gonna see what price is gonna be doing, and once I see how price is gonna react to those key areas, then I'm going to now start looking at possibilities to position myself in those altcoins that we have talked about today, guys. There are many altcoins that we can buy. I'm gonna share with you guys some of them already. Good morning, Abundance Grace. Will Tubo hit the 20 cents this year? Well, I don't know more about Tubo. I don't. I'm not an investor of Tubo. I don't even chat Tubo. I don't know. Like you can, if you want me, I can check on Tubo and see the current price action for Tubo. But I cannot tell you any prediction for Tubo. But I can look at the price of Tubo. But you can see Bitcoin is showing us that we can have a bad Monday, okay, and we can have a good Tuesday, from Tuesday right up to Friday. You want me to look at Tubo? Let's see what we got here for Tubo. Let me see Tubo on the weekly setup. Hmm. I don't like this chart. Let me see. Can I get something from Mexi Global? Yep. Okay. So Mexi. All right. Now, um, let's be clear about something, okay? I can see that Tubo has done well, like extremely well. But now I'm seeing that um Tubo, ever since it made this huge move to the upside, right? It doesn't really, you know, like recover back, So I would say that investors or the whales of Tubo are awesome for a start, because ever since we saw that how they lose this, like took us down here, they haven't gone to make the next high, but at the same time they are still holding this zone here. Now, if I have to bring in the fifth tool, I block it from from the bottom here to the top, right? And like, okay, where are we now with the fifth? Okay, this is where we are. We haven't even gotten to the golden pocket. That's why I think maybe if we're gonna see Bitcoin do like bad, then this should be the best zone to buy Tubo. But if say Bitcoin is gonna actually do what Bitcoin is gonna do, like what I'm thinking, like we might see Tubo go right up to about 0.0035. Mark it, write it down. You know, based on the alpha trend, the area that I'm looking at for Tubo to go to before anything else should be at least 0.0035. This liquidity here, there's a vector candle here which hasn't been recovered yet. This one here, you know, on the weekly setup. So this should be your zone of cashing out profit. Now, for us to be bullish again for Tubo, it's simple. Tubo must do this. It must actually get up there, come back here, hold. We want to see it hold this area, or maybe not there. It can still come right down around this area. But you, for us to be able to to look at it as back to the game and look at it, maybe it can get to the 0.20 cent, then it must trade like this, hold it, then we see that right to the upside. So this area here, this zone should be an important zone of interest. If say we want to start looking at to go make the next high, then that's where we want to see price go to. Now let's be realistic and look at current price action and try to see an extension price. So if we have to look at an extension price, let me take it this way. Let me just say, okay, this should be let's say from here, okay, it took us up there, it came back right down here, right? So let's see where it might take us to. Yeah, the price point 0.020, is that your price point? uh will hit the 20 cent this year? I don't think so. If you look at 20 cent, let's see. Yeah, it might hit it. It might. So basically, if we manage, like if we see an off season, okay, this is a probability of off season, then Tubo can get to about 0.21 cent. Okay, that's 21 cents. So yeah, it's possible, but it's in contingent to the fact that Bitcoin is going to let me not say Bitcoin. Let me use the word the alt season. Let's experience the alt season. For example, I showed you guys this chart, this USD dominance chart. If dominance is going to drop significantly down here, then Tubo can easily make that right to 0.20 cent. Yeah, hopefully my analysis was able to give you some clue as to how to position yourself abundant grace in Tubo. Yeah, so make sure you, like, I don't think just buying like that blindly is the right thing to do. You have to be able to look at key areas to accumulate. Like now, I don't think Tubo is at a good zone, like to yeah, I don't think we are at a good zone for Tubo for you to be buying, right? But again, at the same time, if say you are a die-hard fan for Tubo, why not? But die-hard fan doesn't mean you make money, right? We are here to make money. So I'll still argue that, because this is the zone that I'm looking at for Tubo. Like for me, if I have to buy Tubo, I want to buy Tubo around the 0.000986961. I already marked the zone here around this area. This is where I'm going to be looking to buy Tubo. Um, about you, I don't know about that. Okay. If you have any coin you are watching, guys, just let me know. I've done my analysis already on Bitcoin, Ethereum. Oh, not Ethereum. Let me see. I mentioned that we're gonna see Ethereum do well, and I stand by that. But at the same time, I'm looking at this. Excuse. At the same time, I'm looking at this zone here for Ethereum. This area here, for me to be bullish again with Ethereum, if like you can see the alpha trend printed this buy signal, and ever since we saw this buy signal, price has been staying above the alpha trend. Okay, so for me to be able to start looking for that buy for Ethereum again, guys, this is where I want to buy Ethereum. I want to buy Ethereum from this zone where the alpha trend has printed this buy signal, then take it right up to Valhalla. Yeah, I want to take it right up to $5,000. Yes, I think from here we are going upward for Ethereum. From here it's straight up, 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 up for Ethereum. So we're gonna get the best trade from Ethereum more than Bitcoin. That's why you should be looking at. I already talked about Mog. You can check um like my video, like not my video, like check backward. You can go and watch the video, but I already talk about Mog, you know, where to buy and all the stuff. But generally, I love Mog. Guys, you guys know I love Mog, and I love Mog because Mog move alongside Bitcoin. You can see like Bitcoin did this. You can see like It did this, and Mock also did this. So I already marked the areas where you should be looking at. You know, yeah. So yeah. Um. Actually, I want to look at this liquidity, this CoinAnk liquidity. Let me see where we are there. This is Bitcoin. I want to get the footprint. I have not looked at bookmap for a long time now. Maybe I look at bookmap. Well, I don't know about Mock 3 zeros. What I don't know is if Bitcoin is gonna do 10%, Mock will do 25%. That's all I know. I don't play the drop 3 zero stuff. I go with price action. So if the price action is showing me bullish, I'm going to be bullish. Okay. For now, I'm going with what I see. Now, okay, you guys, you can see clearly that um based on what I'm seeing here, we have lots of liquidity below price. Here we have 30 million point 33 worth of Bitcoin order. We have 2.22 million worth of Bitcoin orders. We also have 50 million. Wow, 50.01 million. Why they have traded 2.62 million already, but the initial amount that they wanted to trade was 50 million. And yeah, this is where the buy order is. We have 30 million here, and we have 13, 30 million. Yeah, so we have two 13.26 million, and yeah, the one 13.26 million and one 13.24 million. So this area here, we have liquidity, and if you look above price, we have liquidity above price too. But I think when the US will open, US is gonna take us there. And guys, let's go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I want to show you something, and also like I'm gonna come back to Mog Coin, and I'm gonna go to Breadcoin again and show you guys what I'm trying to say. Now, what I want to do is show you guys the trades to take for today. Okay, and I explained to you guys why this Bitcoin trade is a must or is a goal, or if say you want to get any trade for today, or like, or it might not go the way I want, but again, this zone here, if say we have to see Bitcoin continue to the upside, then at least we should see Bitcoin come to this fair value gap here or this other block area, and this other block was printed by a vector candle. You can see this other block area, and ever since we saw price shifted from it, made this huge move to the upside. And ever since we have this fair value gap here. So this is like imbalance on the chart. And because it is an imbalance, the market makers at one point are going to fill this imbalance. That's why I think if you look at this, like if you drop down to the 15 minutes time frame, you're gonna see that Asia Asia managed to take price right up there, but UK hasn't really done anything. UK hasn't broken Asia high. Instead, what UK is doing, UK is retracing back towards like the UK low, or towards UK. Sorry, it's retracing back towards the Asia price point area. Okay, so now I'm thinking that if US is gonna open, then US is going to now either continue downward, because right now what I'm seeing here is manipulation, right? Asia have took us to this level. UK is trying to manipulate, and then US is going to execute towards the direction. That's why I'm looking at this area here, the whole of this area, to be an important area to actually buy Bitcoin you know. And the same thing will apply to any altcoin. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna come back to Mog Coin. Look at Mog Coin and see the same thing. Mog Coin is playing this game, yeah, but I'm still thinking maybe price is gonna come back to this fair value gap area, yeah. And if price is not able to come back today or this week, at one point in the future, price is gonna come back there. Okay. So if you're watching and you have no questions, then let me call this a go for today. And guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, you haven't yet liked the stream, do like the stream. And also, let me see, if you don't yet have a VPN, I recommend you have not VPN. The link is found below this video. Having a VPN is gonna protect your data, protect your privacy from bad guys out there. If you do crypto, then you need a VPN. And if you want to get the best offer, make sure you use my affiliate link below this video to get a NordVPN account or register with NordVPN. And using my link won't cost you anything. It will instead add you more value. You know. So yeah, that's that for this. I think I'm done with my videos for today. And those of you who wanna, like, if you have any question, you can post your question. Oh, you bought some more coin. Yeah, that's awesome. But make sure you are buying more coins for spot. Buy spot. And you want to trade more coin, you can trade more coin on Bitfinex, Bybit, OKX. I think yeah, Mexico Global too. This they offer the best fees out there. You know. Yes, yes, guys. Tomorrow again, same time, same time every day. Let's come here and get it done. You know, peace out.
Rumors fly when he walks down the street. To Betong crypto, everyone's beat.
Oh, guys, I forgot to talk about one last coin. That was Say. I said I was gonna talk about Say. Let me get back to Say. Okay. I forgot completely. So I want to see what Say would do this week. Oh boy, oh boy. We can see Say drop down, right? Like Say can drop down to these levels here. Wow, this area, these levels. Wow. Hmm. Not good. But again, it's straightforward. If you want to buy Say, wait for price to do something like this, stay above the 50 EMA, come back, retest it, then you're buying it to the upside. So that's what you're gonna do if you want to buy Say. SEI. Okay, but I think we can still see price, drop down a little bit around this area before we recover back to the upside. Okay, so that's that for Say. All the best to you all. Take care. Bye.